Hey guys! So, this is going to be episode 1 of a series that I'm going to be doing. And for this series, I'm thinking about calling it Witchy Tips. I'm not entirely sold on it yet. I could change the name. I might. I don't know. Give me feedback. But, for episode 1, we're going to start off with a simple tutorial. This is how to make waxed saged salt. A personal creation of mine that I am deeply proud of. So, let's get to it. Here we have the materials that we're going to be using. We have wax, red and purple. We have sage, white. And we have cinnamon. These are the ingredients we're going to need, along with salt. Doesn't really matter what kind. I'd say use whatever one is more unique to your area for a more tailored to your specific area effect, if the spell that you're using requires it. But for me, I just use plain store-bought iodized salt. You're also going to need a container. You can use any kind of container or jar. This is an old weed container my dad gave me that I decided to repurpose by coating the inside with a clay made partially with a batch of this waxed saged salt. Now that I've got that, I am going to simply construct it. The process is quite simple. We're going to take some salt. We're going to pour it in. This salt is going to function as a base, some kind of saturating medium. It's going to take all the excess mana of the environment, and it's going to basically soak it up like a sponge. Once we've got a small little layer that we can work with, we are going to start putting in our ingredients. We are going to start with the sage. We are taking the sage to function as, for lack of a better term, a channeling rod, but also as a form of neutrality. Sage is inherently neutral, especially white sage. It brings everything back to a state of pure neutrality, pure raw cleanliness and balance mana. That's the end result of using sage. Once we've gotten that taken care of, we are then going to add parts of the purple. This wax is going to form a grounding media to implement our personal will. By this I mean the purple is going to connect us, our psychological, will, our consciousness, our desires. It is functioning as a link between our psyches. This purple wax will serve as a very good conduit to focus our personal intentions into whatever we use this salt for. It will function as the link between the salt in the spell and our personal intent while casting. After that, we are going to put some red wax, which I've already got crumbled up. This wax will bind our bodies and basically ensure that the spell is specifically tailored to our intention, body and mind. This is a double safeguard, so to speak, ensuring that nothing else can touch and disrupt your spell by having it in a way locked to your specific signature, both on the physical and astral plane. Then, once we've gotten that, we should add a form of internal energy. Think a fuel and a liquid oxidizer in a rocket for once the rocket leaves the atmosphere. That will be this. The cinnamon will cause it to energize as it goes on. As it continues to work, well, your initial mana is going to run out, but it will be enough to functionally charge the salt to basically ensure that any form of spell you cast with it works and is continuously running. Now I just gotta pour more and let it sit for about, I want to say 3 weeks, and it'll be done. The end result will be something along the lines of this. What you're going to do then is you're going to close it and then afterwards you are going to shake it to mix it. Once you've gotten to this point, you will simply leave it in a place where you feel it is cleansed, where the area is cleansed, so you aren't going to risk breaking anything by like leaving it there and letting something else come touch it. Or if you just got a straight up altar, just set it there. Maybe in a salt circle if you're really paranoid. Just let it sit there and stay there to charge. At this point, it's going to just be soaking up the ambient mana and charging the salt with that. That is just going to function as a, basically, the initial charge of the battery. It's going, like, you're not going to buy a battery and have it be dead, then you have to charge it yourself. Like, that's the initial charge for it. After that, that's basically it. Just let it charge for about 3 weeks. I'd go all the way up to 3 months, depending on the size of the batch. And then, yeah, use it in whatever would call for salt. It'll be a decent substitute that works to not only strengthen the mana, but also amplify it and ensure your spell does exactly what you want it to with no interference from outside. It's a pretty nice locking mechanism, but also a decent base to build spells off of. Anything that involves salt, you can use this for. Unless it's edible, in which case, yeah, no, not gonna be a thing. Sorry. Maybe some kind of edible coloration item instead. But I'm not sure if white sage would be considered edible, so time to research. Now that I've completely finished that, this is the finished product. It is a saturated, deeply mana-rich salt that will be able to be used for any kind of spell work. Pet project of mine I've been working on for a while, so I'm really glad it turned out well enough for me to feel confident in sharing. And I hope some other people are more than happy to come help me figure out how to, really take advantage of this, because this is a really good tool to have in your arsenal, among other things. Fuck. I got protection barriers on my altar specifically, little protection jar barriers, and the salt in them is specifically working in tandem with waxed sage salt. It works. So yeah, overall, that's my recipe. That's my design. I hope y'all like it. Like, comment, follow, share my videos, and I hope you guys really, really learned something from here. Please, tell me if you notice anything where I could have potentially done anything different, where maybe you have some ideas on how you could potentially change it with your own ingredients. Please, come to me. I want to learn more. I want to talk more. This is I'm trying to open up a dialogue, a discussion, because I don't want to talk at you or talk down to you. I want to talk to you. I want to teach, but I also want to learn. So, yeah. Please, go into the comments, go there, fucking talk to me. Let me know what your ideas are. Let me talk. Let me listen. Let me learn, let me teach. I want to learn and I want to teach. So please. Thank you.